So, my name is Kim. I'm from Massachusetts. I came here because I was feeling stuck in many areas of my life. I was feeling stuck in my relationships, stuck spiritually, emotionally, and I had been doing a lot of really important internal work, but still had these feelings of stuckness inside of me. And I was experiencing a lot of transitions in my life before I came here, and still am. And part of me needed to find some grounding in that. And I came here because in some ways it's hard to explain, because in some ways I just felt it was where I needed to be. I felt called to come here. I learned about ayahuasca years ago and was always interested in it and curious about it, but didn't feel that I was particularly ready or that it was the right time for me. And one day it just shifted, and it happened very naturally and organically, and I slowly started researching different centers, and I knew that I wanted to come here to Peru. And my process in trying to find this place, a place, was very slow. I would look only when I felt the call to look. And when I came upon the website for Nimeakaya, it just, something felt right. It felt like there was a safety with it. I felt like I would be supported, because it's a very intimidating endeavor. I definitely had my fears going into it. I didn't fully know what to expect, and I wanted to make sure that I would be in a place where I would feel completely safe and held and supported through my process. And that's exactly how I felt here, but way beyond how I ever could have expected feeling. I mean, to start with the facilitators, I've never met a group of people that are so patient and compassionate and understanding and loving, and who just understand the human experience in such a deep way. And they were able to facilitate this openness among a group of 14 strangers that had just met a few hours prior. And I've never experienced something exactly like that in my life before. The supportiveness, the understanding, the love within this environment is more than anything I've ever known, especially in such a short period of time. And in the ceremonies and among our group, I witnessed this profound healing, collective and individual healing. It was incredible to see, and I feel so humbled and privileged and grateful to have had this opportunity, to have known each of these individuals, to have worked with this medicine that has been used by communities for hundreds and hundreds of years. The knowledge that it holds, I still have a hard time wrapping my head around how I had the opportunity to experience this, to work with the shaman, to hear and to feel the ikaros during ceremony, to learn about the practices, the traditions, the rituals, and to feel their openness and love and respect with wanting to share that with us and being willing to share that with us. My personal experience was challenging in the best possible way. I remember the first day that I sat down in the Maloka feeling so proud of myself for coming here and showing up for myself. And then each day was a challenge. Each day I had to push myself emotionally and physically and spiritually and psychologically and mentally in all ways. And it strengthened me in this way that I don't know if I would have been able to experience in another way. I learned so much about my own life. I learned so much about the lives of the humans around me, my brothers and sisters, and everyone on the planet. I learned about how human connection penetrates so much more deeply than I ever could have imagined. And this experience has forever shifted my perspective on the world, on the planet, for the better. And what else? Is there anything else I can talk about, add to? In terms of the center, it felt like home. It felt incredibly comfortable. It felt safe. It felt tranquil and peaceful. The food was amazing. We were taken care of in such an incredible way with the food we were given to nourish our bodies. The staff working in the kitchen and throughout the center were so happy to engage in conversation and get to know us and also share about their lives. The dogs, Luna and Ladybug and Moonai the cat, were lovely companions to have throughout the journey. And looking back on it now, it's still very fresh, but it already kind of feels like a dream. Just waking up in the Maloka after ceremonies while the sun was coming up and getting to start the day with a plant bath. I mean, that's really taking care of yourself in a way that is so important, and I don't want to lose sight of that when I return back home. So yes, I feel so privileged to be here, so humbled by this experience, and I thank all of you. I thank the group I was with. I thank the facilitators, the shaman, the volunteers, and the medicine, Madre Ayahuasca. Iraka.